I remember many times, especially in my later high school years, planning how I was going to run away, didn't want to be part of the family. I remember like yelling into my pillow that I hated Dad, that I didn't want to be near him. And
it was pretty awful for the start because my head was like it was jammed in a vice. It was horrible, absolutely horrible. And it's only in the last probably 6 months that I haven't had a craving for alcohol.
I didn't like my parents arguing. It became so common in the home that it was almost normal, and I'd see my friends' parents and how they were together, and I kept thinking, why can't my family be like that family?
And once an argument started, it didn't stop, and I didn't know how to let go or control myself, basically. I went outside and had another drink, you know. Towards the end, I felt very isolated. Yeah, because it gets to the stage where no one wants to know you, basically. You're on your own. It's like you're trapped in a little hole somewhere and you can't get out.
Yeah, it was that time in August in '98 that Dad rang and said, Mum's gone.
And when I look back now, I think for me, probably maybe if God had allowed something to happen in my life, come to a crisis point, I may never have stopped drinking. It was the next day that I had my last drink. It was on 25th of May 1998. I said to Dion, I haven't had a drink for 15 days. He came and give me a hug. And that was the first thing, I suppose. I knew I hadn't lost all the respect for my kids.
See, I knew that his alcoholism was a huge problem in his life for as long as I could remember. And the act of stepping out of that was huge, and I was just so proud that he'd taken that step. So the natural response was to give him a hug.
I attended AA for 12 months. I had a wonderful support group from the church of 6 people, and they still support me to this day, and we go out every year to celebrate that particular day. It's been on 15 years on the 25th of May.
I would say before Dad stopped, I really didn't know who he was, didn't have a relationship with him, couldn't describe, outside of the alcohol, couldn't really describe who he was. But after that, a completely changed man, and we've become such good friends since then. Like, I would never have imagined that I could be such good mates with my dad. You know, obviously, my parents' marriage had broken down, but there was also a joy in the fact that he'd walked away from the alcohol, and that meant new possibilities, new chances, second chance, really.
Yeah.
And that was so much to celebrate and give thanks to God for.